Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos every single week on lifestyle, home decor, and DIY projects. Before we jump into today's video, I really just wanted to say thank you guys all so much for being so kind to me. If you missed it, in my last video I announced that I am moving from Chicago to LA, and it is honestly such an exciting time. And even though we haven't signed a lease yet, I already have plans for makeover videos, and I am just so excited to get out of this space and go into a new space. And I'm actually planning one last makeover for this space, and I can't wait to show you guys. So there's a lot more to look forward to on this channel, and if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button down below. I post every single week. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay, so I'm super excited for today's video because it's all about finding unique pieces for your home. And although I love places like Target and IKEA to buy home decor, I really think it's important to find some pieces that are really unique to your home and that are really curated to your own taste. So I'm super excited to share with you guys my best tips on finding some unique pieces. Sometimes I get DMs and comments on where I find things or have things in my home, and I unfortunately can't give people a link because it's usually things that I found that are one of a kind and that I can't find again. So I really wanted to put together this video so that you guys can also find your own unique pieces for your home. And when I was putting together this list, I came up with 5 places that you can find unique items. So let's go ahead and jump into the first place. So the first place that I want to talk about is actually Instagram, and if you're like me, you're on Instagram a little bit too much, and also you're probably bookmarking a lot of items for your home or even for clothing, shoes, all of that kind of stuff, because there's just so much beautiful things on Instagram, and I find myself looking on Instagram all the time for new items. And I really do think you can find some unique items on Instagram, and one of my favorite features on there is actually under the shop tab. So I'm grabbing my phone so I can show you guys. I will just open it up. So I'm going to open up my Instagram app and then go under the explore tab, and right away you can see that I already have a lot of home decor items as well as like fashion items on my explore tab, but that's just me. I'm pretty sure everyone's interests are a little bit different. But if you go to the top, you'll see the shop tab, and when you get on this page, it will already kind of curate some items that you might like. But once you go under category, you can actually go under home and then see all the different categories that they have under home. So I'm just gonna click on all home here and then see what pops up, and I already see some things that I like and that I know is probably really unique, as well as items from smaller shops and boutiques and artisans. But if you're going through, you can just see so many beautiful pieces. And then you can also go under things like bedding over here, and I am in the market for some new bedding for my new bed. So for example, I just clicked on this picture and it's a brand that I've never heard of before. And this tip is honestly one of the best ways that you can find new brands that you can follow on Instagram and shop from and just really learn what they're all about. So I really am liking what this brand has to offer. So once I find something that I like, I always like to bookmark it, and I put it into different categories. So you can see that I have DIY, home, and then this money flying away sign, which means it's kind of more expensive stuff that I would have to save for. But usually I like to just save things to home just to have some inspo, and that is the best way to shop on Instagram for some unique items. So to piggyback off of finding new brands, I think one of the best places to find unique pieces for your home is from local artisans, and some of the best places to find them is obviously on Instagram, but you can also find them on places like Etsy as well as craft fairs. And over the past couple of years, I have found some really great artists at craft fairs, and I miss craft fairs so much because it's definitely craft fair season right now, but obviously we can't have fairs in this state of the world right now. But some of my favorite fairs are the Renegade Craft Fair as well as the One of a Kind show, and I know that those go all around the US. And I really love seeing all the unique pieces that everyone's showcasing during this time. One of my favorite finds from a craft show has to be from Hello Paper Co. They have this beautiful print that spells out Chicago and famous landmarks, and I feel like I'm always getting questions or compliments on where I get that from. And what's also great at shopping at craft fairs is usually they have a show discount, so it's usually 10 or 20% off of the regular prices that you would pay if you were to buy online. So I really love to support them that way as well as get a little bit of a discount. So yeah, definitely check out some craft fairs when we are able to and when it is safe to do so. So my third way, and probably my most favorite way to find unique pieces for my home, definitely has to be secondhand items. And there's so many ways that you can find secondhand items nowadays. So one of the most obvious places to find secondhand items is at the thrift store. And I feel like I have found some really awesome items that people have asked me before about. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite pieces. So this first piece is a terracotta vase that I got for, I don't know if I still have the tag, I don't. I believe this was only about $1 or $2, and I've never seen a vase like this before. And I can't seem to find one exactly like this either, but it is made out of terracotta. It is so well made, and I love the little detailing on it. And of course, I'm obsessed with bunny tails, so I have some bunny tail in here. But I got a question from a viewer where I got this from, and I told them that I got it at the thrift store, and I tried to find a link to it, but I just could not find anything. So definitely check out your thrift store, and when you see something good, definitely grab it. And then another item that I like to look for at the thrift store has to be vintage cameras. So I got this beautiful Polaroid camera for only $5 at the thrift store. I think it is still functioning if you have the right film for it, but I think that cameras just make such beautiful decor, and it's so cute with the little rainbow on the front. And I know that finding items like this can be a little bit more pricey on places like eBay, but at the thrift store, they're just pricing them at whatever price. So definitely grab some vintage cameras and decorate your shelves with them. Another great place to find secondhand items is at the flea market, and I absolutely love going to the flea market with my family. My parents would go every single Sunday morning, and my siblings and I would sometimes tag along, and usually my mom would buy way too many items at the flea market. But I always loved going to the flea market because it was basically like going to a giant garage sale, and you just never know what you can find. And what I also really love about the flea market is that a lot of times sellers really curate their collection of items. So you're definitely going to find things like vintage vinyls, as well as rugs, mirrors, so many possibilities. And talking about flea markets actually is getting me so excited to move to LA, because since it's sunny there all the time, they have flea markets going on. So I'm really excited to go to all the flea markets that my favorite YouTubers go to, and I know that I'm gonna find some really awesome pieces there. And the last place that you can find some great secondhand items is actually online. So if you've watched my wedding videos before, you know that I rave about Facebook Marketplace. I always find myself clicking on the Facebook Marketplace tab on my Facebook app, and people are always selling such amazing items and for such a great price. So I would really suggest going there to find some items. I found this mirror on Facebook Marketplace for only $25, which is a really great price for how large this is. And originally this is from World Market, which they don't make anymore, but I just love this piece so much, and I love that I got it for such a great price. Okay, time to put this down because there's an awkward angle. And what I also like about Facebook Marketplace is that it feels a lot safer than going on places like Craigslist or anywhere else on the internet where you don't really know who you're talking to. I feel like at least on Facebook, there's a profile and you feel a little bit safer from who you're buying from. So I definitely recommend Facebook Marketplace for secondhand finds. Okay, so the second to last place that I want to talk about is probably an obvious one, or maybe a not so obvious one, but it is places like Marshall's, Home Goods, and TJ Maxx. And before you question me on what the heck are you talking about, like those places are so basic for home decor, hear me out. Basically, if you're going to any one of those stores, usually they only have one of that item or maybe a pair of that item. So if you see something good there and you don't buy it, and then you come back the next week and then you try to find it again, it's impossible because somebody already bought it and they don't carry multiple items of it. I've seen some really awesome Instagram accounts that just show off what they find at places like Ross and Home Goods. And let me tell you, some of these items are so good, and whenever I see a post from one of those accounts, I know that I'm not able to buy it because it won't be at my local Marshall's or my local Ross or wherever. So I wanted to show off a couple of things that I found at Marshall's before. This set of candle and matches is so cute. I have no idea what the brand of these are. I have no idea who makes this. And honestly, that's one of the best parts about Marshall's, is that I know that I'm getting something that not a lot of people have. And when I saw this set, I knew I had to have it because I've never seen anything like it before. It has some plants as well as some beautiful flowers. And then in these beautiful pink matches, and I just thought that this was totally me and totally fit into my vibe. So I'm just so happy that I grabbed it. So I definitely do think that any one of those stores really does have some unique pieces that you can't find anywhere else. And best of all, these stores usually have great prices on their items, and sometimes they even have things on clearance that you can totally upcycle. So I would highly recommend checking out your HomeGoods, your Marshalls, and your Ross for some cool, unique pieces. And that brings me to the last place that you can find some unique items for your home. And if you didn't see it coming already, you should have known better, because this is a DIY channel, and that is to make it yourself. So DIY projects are obviously so customizable and so personal to you. No two pieces are going to be exactly the same. So I really love being able to just make my own items, put my own personal spin to things, and create something that's truly one of a kind. Some of the easiest projects that you can DIY are things like art prints as well as wall hangings, and even working on things like upcycles really does add that personal, unique touch to your home. And if you can't tell already, I love DIYs. Exhibit A right over here. And the possibilities are truly endless on all the unique pieces that you can create when you DIY it. Alright, so that was my list for places to find some really unique items for your home. I hope that you guys liked it, and I hope that you guys learned something new from this video. Before I sign off, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 9,000 subscribers. We're going to hit 10,000 subscribers super soon, and I'm trying to figure out like a giveaway to do. So if you guys have any ideas of things that you would like in a giveaway, if it's a gift card or maybe it's like an actual item, I don't really know what people want from giveaways nowadays. So if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment box down below. I'm just over the moon with how much this channel is growing, and I cannot thank you guys all enough for joining me on this journey. And that's all for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I will have my stuff right here. And that's it for today's video. Stay inspired, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!